Hello and good morning, everyone. I am Paloma from CalTV, and welcome to another day of reporting and recording in my room. I have with me an incredibly talented musician and my dear friend, Wolf Mason. How are you?
I'm amazing now. It is so good to be here with you. I'm so excited.
I love it. Okay, so you are being called Florida's next big thing. You were named top artist to watch by New York Weekly. So tell me, where does this passion for music come from, and which artists stylistically have influenced you in your music?
I'd say it's interesting. It's almost less a passion for music. It's more a passion for people. I love, I've always loved helping people. I love talking to people about what they truly want and they truly care about. And I think music is a way to just really access people's subconscious and make them feel things maybe they can't yet explain or articulate, and that's somewhere that I do weirdly excel. So I think it's more passion for that, and then music's the medium. And then from there, I mean, I as a kid, like I love Motown. Like I loved Al Green, and
Yeah.
like because like my I have two parents that traveled a lot for work, and whenever I would see them every couple weeks, I'd come in my house and like Al Green was playing and they'd be dancing, and like it's
Yeah.
kind of like a good memory. So like that always, I just love the instrumentation, stuff like that. Then after that, John Mayer's like he made me want to play guitar and get really good at guitar.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so
I love
wide range of stuff.
I love it. So I also know you've had several record labels give you like offers, but I know you're continuing your journey as an independent artist. And I know your single "By Myself" went viral in the Netherlands, Spain, here in the U.S. So
Mm.
can you tell us like what makes you want to kind of continue your path as a solo artist?
It's because I think obviously there's the cliche you have to take certain risks, etc. I mean, I've been lucky enough this far to have done well in an arena where millions of people would love to even try.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, just I think it's just in my nature. Like I don't like conformity, and even the idea of like living the dream of signing to a big record label and just going that route. It's not as appealing to me because I don't think I can optimally make things or reach people in a way that maybe they've never been accessed before emotionally or whatever it may be. So kind of having the liberty and the freedom to really, because I'm only a year in, actually like 10 months in
Right.
to really pushing this. And I've been really lucky. And there's so much more growth for me to do before I think if I were to do the label thing, the stage it would bring me to, I want to be fully prepared for that within myself. In terms of being able to bring something that's artistically just, I mean, it's hard to say unprecedented because it's a subjective thing, but
Right.
yeah, I think more time for me, and to find other ways for other artists who maybe won't get that big record label look, maybe kind of blaze a trail for them to say like, oh, I could do it that way
Right.
because I had that opportunity right now for other people. So I think that's I'm taking a little bit more time to try that out. Maybe less for me, more for maybe
Absolutely.
someone else.
Hey,
Yeah.
1 year in, 10 months in, you are doing incredible. I mean, your Spotify listeners, I just saw your recent post. I mean, you got people, you got fans, man. You got people that are just there and committed to listening to your music. I know you came up as one of my top artists this year for Spotify, so I love your
Thank
stuff.
you.
So to continue on, I wanted to actually ask you about your one of your recent singles you put out, Soft Lips. Just such a
Uh,
beautiful song. I want to know, what was your inspiration for that song? How did it come about? Tell me a little bit about it.
so that song was produced by my favorite producer, Mantra. He does stuff for like Future, like a lot of big artists. But I heard the instrumental, and I had been for me, I consider myself more a writer than anything, and I like to challenge myself as like English was one of my majors in college, and I like taking ideas that are somewhat unorthodox or highly juxtaposed and try to weave them together into something. Like I talk right now like an academic, like weirdly, and I know it's annoying,
No,
but
I
when I
love
talk about it, but like making them turning into something super contemporary and accessible, like taking complex ideas, weaving them together, making it seem like you're really challenging myself in that way, in terms of making a narrative. So Soft Lips, especially, it was this idea. I was dating someone at the time. She was a nice lady, and I wanted to take this idea of like this weird place I was in of there's this idea of sexuality which is so taboo, and it's like, it's precarious, and there's this idea of love and infatuation which is so romanticized. Yet they're weirdly similar and not. There's a fluidity to it, yet they're compartmentalized and juxtaposed. And I wanted to bring those two feelings together and make it guilt-free in terms of making it feel really good, but also making it feel romantic and beautiful, and showing that both things can be, seamlessly intertwined and coalesced, and then make it really accessible and digestible for people to enjoy, like doing whatever they want to do and they not even notice. So it was more for me, but yeah, that's kind of how it came together.
Well, it's a beautiful song, one of my favorites. And I know I loved how you mentioned, you're like, I sound so academic, with the juxtaposition, but music is poetry, it is academic. It is, this beautiful, complex expression of our words. And, I think you do a seamless job in really just performing and just articulating exactly what the song was about. So thank you so much for that beautiful, beautiful explanation. But moving on. Okay. So when you have downtime, which I'm sure is hard and far between, but when you do have some downtime, what do you like to do on your spare time?
So for me, wait, we could take this two routes. Do you want me to take like the normal route, or like slightly academic route? Because I'm kind of a nerd. So
tell me your academic side first. So what
academic side first? So this is really embarrassing, and because you're my friend, I'm going to tell you I'm very into ornithology. I love birds. I love birds. So, and I'm also a big like transcendentalist. I love transcendentalistic literature. Like when I'm not doing stuff, like I love to read it, like Thoreau, like even if it's, just reading some Emerson, whatever it may be. And so I like to just be outside, get outside, kind of reset, read that, go birding, just kind of walk around. We have Florida. I'm here in Florida right now. We have a lot of places I can go do that and social distance. And yeah, so like that's a big thing. I fish a lot. I like to do a lot of just adventure stuff outside, and be alone and really think about what I want to write about. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's that side. Yeah.
And then so then now for the other side, you have the academic.
The other side.
Fun side.
I was also a basketball player, as you know, like my brother who played Cal, and so I still do work out like I am a basketball player out of habit, I guess. So it's something I really enjoy. It's very cathartic for me. And I do a lot of unnecessary like fitness stuff, just like challenging myself and pushing myself, like, half marathon stuff like that.
In shape with the mind and the physical physique, right?
Mm-hmm.
I love
definitely.
I love it, Zach. Well, I know you're also an advocate with climate change for your music. So do you want to discuss that a little bit?
Absolutely. I mean, I think a big thing I discovered, I have two incredible, like my parents are my heroes. I absolutely love them. And they've done well in the spheres that they've wanted to do well in, not necessarily because they wanted to be successful, but necessarily because they looked at the goal ahead and they wanted to be accomplished. And there was always an underlying purpose under it, other than just like doing well, So for me, it's like I said, like the music, it's more so about people. And ultimately the ultimate goal for me is, making it sounds cliche, I want to make the world a better place, but I mean, that's literally what I strive to do, because I think, like I said, my biggest hobbies and literature is all about nature and being outside.
Right.
And I think it's absolutely invaluable, the education piece of it, and the fact that it exists and is healthy, and people understand the gravity of how integral it is in our existence, because we wouldn't exist without it. So I give a percentage of my royalties every year. It's been 1 year, but to the National Park Fund, because I love our national parks, and a lot of my historical heroes were huge advocates of the national parks. And I think that's it's important to stay grounded and find what your actual purpose is. So my driving force and purpose is conservation and awareness and stuff like that.
Right on. I love that. So for our last question to wrap it up, whoa, my ring light over here is attacking me. My gosh. Okay. So to wrap it up, for 2021, what can we look forward to with your music? What are you working on? What are some projects? What's the in with your new music?
The in? All right. You get the first in. I actually, so in the past, let's see. I have a tally going on in my studio on my desk. I've been in the studio every day for the last 36 days.
Wow.
And it's been really, I'm very lucky. It's been awful though. It's really been tough. But so right now I have 3 EPs that are almost done. They're 3 separate EPs. A thing for me is I don't really fit into a genre necessarily. You could say it's pop or it's contemporary, but I do like an alt rock kind of punk pop thing, but I also do kind of a acoustic pop thing. So it's really all over the place. So I have 3 different EPs that I'm finishing up, that are all, there's a narrative. They're all together, but they're also separate. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of really awesome music that's a lot better than what we've done in the past. I'm really excited about it. I'm really proud of it. So yeah, and that's all starting early January 2021, and then when things open up, we'll be on tour and just fun from there.
Well, a huge thank you for taking this time out of
Thank
your
you.
day. I know you're busy. Huge thanks to Wolf Mason. You guys go check him out. He's streaming on all platforms, right? Yep.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
platforms.
All of
Thank you so much. You are fantastic, and you guys go check out his music, please, please, please.
Go Bears.